If you guys love the NFL and you love our live shows here at Chat Sports, show it by liking this video. After all, we do have free videos for you guys every single day at Chat Sports. From Evan Hinders, will Dalvin Cook be a wide receiver since the Vikings use him as a receiver in practice? So this happens almost every year where the smart NFL teams give their running backs receiver reps. And the reasoning why there is actually fairly straightforward. It's to, when they throw the football, they're going to have their running backs out there. He's not going to move to receiver. Could they give him the occasional slot receiver rep? Absolutely. But getting him a wide receiver drills reps is actually smart because they will throw it more this year. And your running back is going to catch passes. He's not going to be a receiver. He's getting reps with the receivers because running backs catch the ball too. It's just like when your tight end gets slot receiver reps. It's because he's going to get some reps there. But he's going to be still a running back in the end. From 30 Racks, who's your early offensive and defensive player of the year? Okay, let me go with, I'm going to go Drake London for the Atlanta Falcons because it's him and Kyle Pitts catching passes. Oh, I read that as rookie of the year. Sorry. Jeff's face is like, I'm like, what are you talking? Offensive and defensive. Okay, not rookies. My bad. Offensive player of the year. It's not going to go back. Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen, runner-up Justin Herbert. Defensive player of the year. Let's go back to the Aaron Donald well, who will once again win that award. And maybe a guy like Micah Parsons makes a good run at it as well. Got way off track on the last question. Totally misread it. From Crack Niner. Will anyone trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? Maybe. This has been an unusual situation overall as it relates to the Niners and their former franchise QB. I was convinced he would be gone by the first day of the new league year, and then he had the shoulder surgery, and it messed up everything. John Lynch said, we have an offer of 2 second-round picks. No, he didn't. Liar. And if you aren't lying, you should be fired because that is gross malpractice of your organization. Now, whether it's a release or a trade, 5 teams I think could make some sense. Restructured contract? Stay in San Francisco. Cut Seattle. Backup option only. Be a great mentor for Zach Wilson in New York. 2 teams I think could have some interest. Probably more so via cut. But trade also makes sense for them. Houston Texans, your dark horse there. And the Carolina Panthers because Sam Darnold is not it. And I will slander him every chance. Because it's not slander if you're right. So will the Niners trade Jimmy Garoppolo, or will they just keep him or be forced to cut him? Will that trade go down? Y for yes or N for no? What do you think ends up happening with the Niners and Jimmy G? This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Super chat from CJ DeYoung III. I'll make sure I don't misread this one. Tom, I am worried about the boys in the NFC East. I think the Eagles had a fantastic offseason. The job that they did was nothing short of incredible. And actually, this is perfect, Jeff. Go to the Clayton one, too, because this kind of ties in together. Clayton says the Eagles are killing it during the offseason. Have they done enough to unseat my Cowboys from the NFC East throne? So very similar questions. Great timing. I kind of answered the first part there. Eagles nailed the offseason. The Cowboys are still the favorite because of the fact that they have the better quarterback. That is a huge factor in terms of the success NFL teams have. If we ignore the quarterback position, I think Philadelphia has a top 5, top 3 roster in the entire NFL. They are awesome in that area. So Eagles are a very real threat. Cowboys remain the betting favorite. And we know that the NFC's curse is very, very real as well. Repeating is quite difficult to do. From KD, guess for comeback player of the year. I'm going to go with Derrick Henry. I think that's a pretty safe bet from that standpoint. Jameis Winston will be in the conversation as well. Deshaun Watson should be. I wonder if the voters will say no matter what to Deshaun. Beyond that, Christian McCaffrey is probably maybe a bit more under the radar than you expect. That looking at the odds here, he's tied for 5th. And I'll throw Michael Thomas in that conversation as well. If you're watching on demand as opposed to live, you might be like, well, shucks, Tom, I can't get my questions answered on the mailbag. I'm not able to watch live. Good news. YouTube is trying to help you out here. They have added super thanks, and this allows you to donate outside of live videos. Before this, you could only super chat on live, nothing on demand to donate. What you do is click the little thanks icon, that third row. It's the heart with the $ in the middle. You can pick your amount and edit your message so that if you're watching this, instead of on Wednesdays live, on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, you can still donate. We'll get a notification. We can add it to a future show for you. We appreciate your support here at Chat Sports. It's possible thanks to you guys. Any super thanks, even if there's no question, will get you a shout out on a future show. From Gas Pack or Paxi, however you want to pronounce the last part there. I think Clowney might be the next free agent to sign for the Chiefs to sign, since Bradbury and Ingram are off the table. I wonder how much more active the Chiefs are going to be in free agency. And you mentioned the two spots, right? Edge and corner. They filled that to an extent with their first two draft picks. George Karlaftis, I love that one at defensive end, and Trent McDuffie, which I love even more at corner. So because of that, I am unconvinced they're going to sign anybody else of note. Clowney is the best free agent left on defense, so I understand the connection there. I think he might go elsewhere, though. From Alec G, who wins a championship first, Dallas Cowboys or Dallas Mavericks? Coop wants me to say Mavs. They're in the postseason still, and they got a great chance this year. And Luka, I think, is the best player in the NBA. So, not trolling, Jeff. I think the Mavs win a championship first, potentially as soon as this year. Now, we have daily NFL shows and NBA coverage as well here at Chat Sports. If you want that all for free, it's pretty easy to get. All you have to do is hit that big red button and subscribe for free NFL videos and NBA and even some college football stuff here as well. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. From Arthur Reyes. All right, what will the Browns do if Watson gets suspended and Baker doesn't want to play for them? Sign or play the guy they're planning to play. That is Jacoby Brissett. Remember, the Browns added Brissett in the event Watson can't play, because their plan was, we're not going to have Baker. Watson might get suspended. Brissett is our stopgap option at quarterback. So Jacoby is the answer there at QB. That's the route they'll go. They have planned for that contingency already. I have no doubts Brissett will be the next man up. From Bonk38, if the Bears trade Robert Quinn, who are some good fits? Good question. To some extent, everybody, because although Quinn is older, he was actually awesome last year for the Chicago Bears. After a down 2020 campaign, his foot was not right. One of the more under-the-radar 18.5 sack seasons that I can remember. Like, Quinn was out there just balling consistently on a bad football team. I think there should be some value in Quinn in the event he gets dealt, so some teams to keep an eye out for. Maybe more at the deadline as opposed to a trade preseason. The Baltimore Ravens still need another edge. He makes sense there. Same with the Carolina Panthers. If the Browns don't keep Clowney, that's a great fit for Quinn. The Rams are F them picks mindset, and that'd be actually a fantastic reunion for Quinn and LA. And the Chiefs, under the radar, I think they're okay at edge, but they're aggressive as well. And if they could just play with Mahomes' money, they're in great shape there. So 5 teams I think could make some sense. I think there'd be a lot of interest in Quinn. I want you guys to name a player who you think gets dealt next. It has been a wild offseason as it relates to the NFL, crazy trades, and they're probably not done yet. So get your answers in for me, the next player to get traded. From Sean, the RC mechanic, 3 questions this time. Wow, you're cheating, Sean. Would you have drafted Johnson over London? No. I had London graded above Jermaine Johnson, and London and Ebiketie as opposed to, I don't know, Johnson and like George Pickens. I like the London pairing better. We're going to have another 1,000-yard season. Probably, if the Falcons can throw the football with any type of success, he'll be close to it. And will Ebiketie help the Falcons pass rush? Yes, he will. He's a good football player. I like a lot of what the Falcons did in the draft this year. From Drewski, what can the Patriots get for N'Keal Harry? a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips. It's kind of about it. No one wants N'Keal Harry. And the reasoning is pretty straightforward. He's bad. These are the career stats. Great job getting this up there, producer Jeff. Career stats for N'Keal Harry. 57 grabs, under 600 yards, and 4 touchdowns. If I covered up the games played and said, these are N'Keal Harry stats, you would have gone, not the best first season for a first-round pick, but enough promise there. Not just his first season. That's his career. Can't get open. Can't get on the field for a team that has desperately wanted receiver help for years now. That's the sign of a bust. I'm sorry. Now, if he gets cut, somebody will gamble on him. I mean, shit, look, Laquan Treadwell got chances to play this year, right? 8 teams that I think at some level are still in the market for receiver help. The Bears, they're signing all of the cast-offs. Makes sense. The Browns, if you want to go with a sleeper team there. The Colts, Falcons, even after the Bryan Edwards trade, could still use some more help. Green Bay, their number 1 is Alan Lazard. It's not pretty. The Ravens are still in the market, I would argue, for another receiver, unless you really believe in James Prochet, Tylan Wallace, which, maybe not yet. The Vikings, if they don't trust KJ Osborne. And Tennessee, sleeper team there, given that they have A.J. Brown, or they traded away A.J. Brown, have Robert Woods and Traylon Burks, and not much else. So when it comes to N'Keal Harry, is he worth trading for? Type in T for trade. He's worth adding to your roster. Or type in P for pass. Is N'Keal Harry worth adding if you ran an NFL team? Sound off for me in the comments section.